continue now with our program. We already saw a lot of international startups and companies. Now we're going to refocus on one specific country, which is Israel in that case. I think we all know that Tel Aviv is one of the hottest startup hubs in the world. But now Tel Aviv is it's going to be challenged by a different city quite close, which is Jerusalem. I'm explicitly honored to address this point of the agenda because they are part of Startupnight since day one. They really do that since 5 years. So we're going to have the Start Jerusalem competition now. The idea behind it is that the winning startup can receive 1 week in Jerusalem, including a great program which we will be hearing more about later on. And startups invited to that competition come from actually 35 different countries, so it's truly international. The competition is organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Jerusalem Development Authority. I will now invite you to meet your session host. Roger, would you please come up to the stage and join me? Hi, thank you.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming. We are very excited to be here for the 5th time since they started this wonderful project, and we were part of it, and we are very happy and proud to be so. As mentioned, this year we started with Start Jerusalem. We decided that this is the right time to start with the capital of the startup nation. Jerusalem is one of the upcoming fastest growing high-tech hubs. As Time magazine ranked Jerusalem as the first among 5 emerging tech hubs in the world. Compass, which ranks startups ecosystems around the globe, placed Jerusalem among the honorable top 30. Our competition is basically, we received many startups that applied, and we chose 3 of them. We have a jury that took part in the decision of picking up these 3 startups. And they will have the chance to pitch their startup today, here now, for 5 minutes. Afterwards, we will have 5-minute session for each startup. Once we finish that, the jury will go again, deliberate, and decide who's going to be the winner. And the winner gets to, as mentioned, participate in this program in Jerusalem for 1 week in November. The finalists this year are 3 companies, 3 startups: Cabasus, Glasschair, and Naise. And I'm honored and pleased to welcome the first startup to pitch.
Hello, everyone. I wasn't expecting to pitch in front of this huge crowd, but thank you all for coming. I would like to first start with a short video that simply shows you the best way that what we're doing right now.
Glasschair ist eine neue Sondersteuerung für Menschen im Rollstuhl, die aufgrund von schweren Krankheitsverläufen den Rollstuhl nicht mehr mit ihren eigenen Händen bedienen können.
Sie setzt dabei erstmals auf die Nutzung von Smart Glasses.
Mit Hilfe von Kopfbewegungen kann man den eigenen Rollstuhl intuitiv und sicher steuern. Im Gegensatz zu anderen konventionellen Lösungen kann man Glasschair sehr einfach an den Nutzer anpassen.
Ohne mechanische Modifikation am Rollstuhl kann Glasschair ganz einfach per Plug-and-Play angeschlossen werden.
Sensoren erkennen Gefahrensituationen und machen damit das Rollstuhlfahren für den Fahrer sicherer. Eine Zusatzfunktion ist, dass in Notfallsituationen eine Person GPS-Koordinaten zugesendet bekommt. Der Notfallkontakt kann dann mit dem Rollstuhlfahrer direkt in Kontakt treten und ihm zur Hilfe kommen.
Glasschair ist für mich eine optimale Lösung, damit ich trotz meines Handicaps den Rollstuhl selbst betätigen kann.
Also wenn Glasschair so gut funktioniert, wie ich jetzt glaube, dann würde ich sehr gerne in Zukunft auch damit fahren.
So this was just a short introduction. I'll now tell you more about what we're actually tackling here. So as you all saw, Glasschair is a solution for smart glasses that helps people with disabilities steer their wheelchair in an intelligent way. First of all, I would like to introduce you to the team that couldn't make it today, but we are a highly motivated team, highly advanced, we are mixed up students and also postgraduates from engineering, software development, medical side, but also business side. But first, let's talk about the problem. So, as you all saw, people are limited in their mobility due to diseases or injuries. They cannot move their hands because of those injuries or diseases. Examples are spinal cord injury, which we also heard before, but also ALS, MS, muscular diseases. Because of that, people have to depend on others and on family. We think that this would be around 6 million. Why is this number so high, you think? Because each year you can already say that there are 250 to 500,000 cases of spinal cord injuries. And furthermore, healthcare systems are struggling because of cost pressure. In addition to that, many alternatives that they're using right now, like gym joysticks, cannot be adapted very easily to their needs. So this is where we come in. We can provide a smart glass solution that is very cost minimal, so we don't have so much cost as a chin joystick because it's wholly based on hardware. We provide the software for the smart glasses and an adapter that we connect to via Bluetooth, so no cables attached. And we can plug our adapter to any kind of wheelchair that is out there right now. Because of this high software focus, we can adapt very easily to the needs of the users. As you can see, this is a short outtake of what you can see in those smart glasses. Smart glasses come usually with a camera or a display attached, either monocular or biocular. And you can simply also change the menu by using your head movement. So we're trying to give them access to this new technology by allowing them to control their wheelchair via head, but also other functions like taking a picture, making phone calls, and doing lots of other stuff. For the future, we plan Glasschair not to be a steering solution, but an everyday life assistant, talking about home environment. When the patient comes back to his home environment, he should be able to control also this environment. With that, we can try to give him back some independence. And we would like to give access to new technology to all kinds of people. Thank you. Questions, anyone?
Basically, the system works by the movement of the head, if I understand correctly.
Exactly, yeah.
What will prevent, for example, movement when the person doesn't really want to move? Like when someone hears a truck coming from the back and just...
Or a sneeze or like something like that. Yeah, so exactly. Because of our software that we're using, we can filter out those uneven movements. So reactions like getting scared, sniffing, or even we can even filter out movements of people that have shaky heads, or when you go over uneven grounds, you're also shaking your head. This is not taken as a movement signal. We can filter it out with the software.
And do you have to adjust it, or does it adjust by itself?
It's adjusting by itself.
Thank you for the presentation. Very good. Your system is based on smart glasses, but smart glasses aren't very popular.
I wouldn't agree that much. Right now we saw that Google came out with this new Google Glass version Enterprise Edition in July. So there's a continuum there. Furthermore, we have almost 10 manufacturers of smart glasses that are producing smart glasses right now, and we have already 5 of them working with our solution, because it's a simple Android-based system, so we can just port our application to each smart glass. So there is a continuum there.
Here we go. You mentioned that it's quite cost effective and nevertheless cheap. How much does the system cost, and what is the underlying business model?
Well, we will try to go the same model as usually people know. So for example, if somebody becomes ill, he goes out of the hospital with a prescription and he goes to a rehab shop or the medical supply store where he gets his wheelchair configured to his needs. We would like to use a B2B model to sell to these rehab shops, because we would then use also their knowledge and create synergies that will benefit the user in the end. According to price, we still need to figure out where we're going to range us. The good thing is that those chin joysticks right now are very costly. They are reimbursed by insurance companies, but as they are very hardware related, you have to pay a lot of money for the hardware. For us, it's just a simple smart glass in our simple piece of hardware, so we're really less than that, and we can tackle a price under the current solutions.
Who provides the service level, both for the adjustment in the beginning when the patient gets the glasses and then also for maintenance? Is it your company, or is this something that basically should be provided by medical?
We will create a two-level service. So first of all, users know that they can go to the rehab shop if they have a problem. So that's where we come in and we'll teach the rehab shop also how to modify or change specific tasks that are not that hard to change. But then as a second level, then we will come in and help, like on software level problems. Thank you.
So I would like to take the opportunity at this moment to introduce my peers to the jury. Mr. Frank Schmiechen from Grüne Szene, please. Frank Herzog from Berlin Partner. Johannes Winkelhage von Deutsche Telekom. Dr. Kati Rinzmann. And Doron Avrami, my colleague from the economic section in the Embassy of Israel. And we'll continue with the next presenter, Naise.
So, shalom and good evening, everybody. My name is Jens. I'm one of the founders of the startup Naise, and we are developing indoor navigation systems. When you think about indoor navigation, there's a wide range for applications. So, through excessive customer interviews and market research, we found out that Industry 4.0 is the most pressing one, and especially if you look at the field of intralogistics. In intralogistics nowadays, goods are transported from A to B either by hand or by forklifts. If your company is a little bit more modern, you might want to use automated guided vehicles, or in short, AGVs. But these have some problems though. First of all, they're just driving around on fixed paths, so they are not very flexible. And it's cost and time intensive to modify the floor so these AGVs can drive around. So with a growing demand for customization in production and logistics, this system just isn't flexible enough anymore. So what we are trying to do, we're trying to move the automated and guided from AGV out and replace it with the word autonomous through our indoor navigation system. And this is what it looks like, marked in yellow. You get an overview, a combination of hard and software, and an overview where the objects are in a 3D model in your factory. So what you're getting in detail is our Naise anchor. This is our sender that will be installed inside of the building. Our Naise tag, which will be attached to the AGV, and our software, which you can view either via a portable device at your desktop, or at your desktop, and of course our gateway for the communication of the system. This is what our software looks like right now. This is a real map from a real factory where our system is in right now, and you can see objects on the floor in real time, and you know where they are going and how fast they are going. This is our prototype, so it's still naked, and you can see it's very small and it's easily attachable to any AGV. What we want to give our customers is the flexibility I talked about, the ability to optimize your processes in real time, and also enable autonomous intralogistics. So this is for early adopters in intralogistics with AGVs already in use. These are our main customers. Is there a market for it? We say yes, because there were a lot of units of AGVs that have been sold worldwide, and there are even more to come. Up to 175,000 units worldwide to the year of 2019. And our vision is to make them go autonomously. So our business model is, like I said, we're giving our customers one package for indoor navigation. One part is the hardware, which we'll be installing and configuring, and the other part is the software for the navigation and analysis of the AGVs. This is for an area from 5 to 10,000 square meters. So where there's a market, there is also competition. And of course, we do have competition as well. But the difference between them and us is we are the ones that are giving you the whole package. We are combining those technologies and giving it so that you have one solution for your indoor navigation and autonomous driving needs indoors. We are funded by the Exist grant in 2017. We are hailing from the University of Stuttgart, and we got our first pilot project since April this year. And last week we were actually also in Berlin. We got a prize for digital innovations from the Federal Ministry of Economics. So this is what our team looks like. It's Robert, Kai, and myself. Robert and Kai are the guys for the technical development, and I, as a studied business informatics, are responsible for anything related to business. So why do we want to go to Jerusalem? Because of 3 reasons. First of all, it's the mentality. I think that's a big thing Germany lacks, and Israel has mentality for risk-seeking and risk-taking. This is what we want to learn, because in Germany it's kind of like not that developed. Secondly, both countries are high-tech countries. For us, because we are producing a high-tech product, we see a lot of potential for cooperation there. And thirdly, thinking big, especially at an early stage, which we are in, is crucial for the success of a startup. And I think the best place to learn it for us is in Jerusalem or in Israel. Well, that's what was my presentation. I was kind of fast. I'm sorry for that. I hope you still understood anything, and Tuda for your attention. Yes.
So if I understood correctly, your solution is basically mounted on an existing, you said, AGV, which is?
Automated guided vehicle.
Good. So this is going to be mounted on existing vehicles. These vehicles are with the merchandise stored upon them at all times. How does this go?
Well, there are open interfaces which you can attach our solution to. So it's our tag. This is the receiver that you put at the AGV, and you have access to like how they drive, where they are going, and more info about the AGV, and of course the positioning through our system.
So the vehicle itself has its own automated system that guides it?
Yes.
And your system is basically just observing?
No, we are enabling autonomous navigation. That's what we're trying to do. Because right now, these AGVs can only drive on these fixed paths. And what we are trying to do, we let them roam freely in a room, and also with other objects like persons or forklifts and stuff like that.
So basically what you're saying is you're going to allow this vehicle to navigate the room. What prevents the owner of this storage install software in the AGV that will do the same?
Sorry. Because there's no solution for it yet. There's no solution for absolute positioning. You don't know where objects are in a room right now. There are different approaches to that via Bluetooth, via Wi-Fi, but they are not that precise. I don't know if you ever tried this, but Bluetooth and Wi-Fi are not that good. And as I told you, as I showed with the competition, there are a lot of different approaches for navigation, also via camera and stuff like that. But there's no navigation that has an overview of all the objects at the same time or in real time on the factory floor.
So did you talk to navigational software companies? Do you cooperate with some of navigational softwares, or do you talk to specific ones, or do you target specific ones in Israel?
In Israel, not. That was also a reason why we applied for this contest. But we are developing our system in cooperation with 2 different AGV manufacturers, so that we have the full access to the AGV itself and know what interfaces to use for our system.
So your perspective is to be a part of these AGVs?
For the first step, yes. But what we really want to do, that's the big vision, is to enable indoor navigation in the industrial environment. So not just like for AGVs, but also for forklifts, persons, and maybe in the future also for drones, because we're making a 3D picture of the whole factory.
So far, the system that you are using is basically 2D. Is there any plans on implementing also a 3D navigation system?
Yes, we're actually doing right now a 3D image of the factory. So we don't know, we know X and Y coordinates, but also the Z coordinates, so how high anything is. And that's like for picking, if people have to put something in a storage, that's also one of the use cases that we're looking after in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And without further ado, let's continue with Cabasus.
Hello everyone, my name is Cristiano Estrada and I'm the founder of Cabasus. Today I'm going to show you a product that's going to revolutionize the equestrian industry. So if you ride horses, this will be something very interesting for you. What we are doing is we're creating a platform for all horse riders and horse lovers to have everything in one location. So if you ride horses, if you share the horse, if you do planning, diary, calendar, everything will be placed in our app, what will be a platform for the community. So what we're trying to do is bring the community together, because at the moment everything is very traditional and being made the old way. So we're introducing digitalization into the industry. As you can see, there's a few challenges we're facing today. We're facing where there's multiple channels of communication. So when you share your horse, you're having problems with communicating. So when a horse is sick, you're sending messages through WhatsApp, Facebook, and so on, and it's very hard to keep everything in order. At the same time, there's no system that's doing fitness. So what we're doing is we're creating a wearable device that will be placed on the horse. As you can see, it's this one here. The wearable device is placed on the horse and it goes on the hoof. So it locks on the hoof and we're tracking every single movement that is happening with the horse. When you're tracking every single movement that is happening with the horse, you could actually track the fitness of the horse, but also into the health care of the horse. So the health care is something that's very unique, because at the moment, as you guys know, fitness is very common. But when we start introducing technology into healthcare, it's very unique. So 2 of the biggest problems we are facing in the horse riding industry are colics and laminitis. This is the main reason of horses, passing away or dying. Colics, if it happens in the middle of the night and it's a strong colic, you only have 5 hours to take care of the horse, give him medical attention. If you're at home sleeping, you come to the stable and it's too late. So what we have done, we have used artificial intelligence in our wearable device that will call you in the middle of the night when the horse is having a colic. So you will get an actual call on your phone saying your horse needs to go to the bed. So this is our wearable device that will focus a lot on the health. At the same time, we will focus on laminitis. Laminitis is when the horse is having problems with the foot. It's really hard to detect it at an early stage. Our device is able to detect it barely when it's barely showing a sign of laminitis. This is what our wearable device is doing. So now, our way to generate revenue will be that the app will be free for the initial users. At the same time, we will have a subscription when it comes into the healthcare. We will be selling the wearable to the user, so when the user buys the wearable, they will have the app and will be able to do anything, track the entire management of the horse and all of the healthcare of the horse. As you can see, the equestrian industry is really big. Here in Germany alone, there's 1.3 million horses, and there's 14 million people interested in riding horses. Around the world, we have a total of 60 million horses worldwide. So it's a niche market, but it's a really big niche market. Our product is based on, our revenue will be based on software, not so much on the hardware. So we're not a hardware company, we're a software company because our services will be coming out of the app. Because our artificial intelligence, we could detect so many different sicknesses that are happening with the horse, from sickness, diseases, and injuries. So this is why we're focused on the software, not so much on the hardware. Now, our numbers are bottom up. So at the moment, we don't have any investment. It's everything designed and created by us here in Germany. So my numbers are not exactly what you expect to see because it's based on the reach that we could do with the team we have. Because we don't have any investment at the moment, so this is why the numbers are a bit low than what you would expect to see. Now, what makes this unique is that you could use the app as a standalone app, so you don't actually need the wearable. If you want to go into the wearable, then you purchase a wearable to move into the healthcare. But you could also download the app for free and use the fitness and the management of your horse with the app. We have upcoming competitions, and as you can see on the screen, the upcoming competitions are really focused on fitness. We're more focused on the healthcare. So from a traditional industry, we only have the vets who are focusing on health. And we're coming into the healthcare and the fitness, but our focus mainly is on the healthcare. How are we going to get to our customers? We're going to have direct sales. Because this is a product that people need to touch and feel and know how it works. Our best way to get our customers is by showing them to them and have direct sales. Now, this is our team. We're all skilled teams. Most of us are engineers. One of my goals was to get a team that could build a product without much investment. So this is our team, and we are Cabasus. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know if when you chose the name of the company, you thought that you might be appearing in an Israeli competition, because in Hebrew, horse is sus. So. My question is, does your system or software or the hardware afterwards, or if you do the necessary changes, could be applicable to other animals as well?
Yes, it could be applicable to any animal, dogs, camels, cats. So yes, it's the same technology, which is at different sizes on the wearable, but you could horizontally convert the product.
So why are you focusing on horses when you probably have a much bigger market when you go with small animals?
That's correct. Dogs are really dogs are really close to people's hearts. But when you get into the equestrian industry, you will understand that a horse, for a horse owner or a horse rider, it's very unique. There's an emotional connection to the horse. So dogs are more common to most of us, but when it comes to a horse, it's a deeper bond in the heart for the horse owners.
Anybody?
Thank you.
So we saw our 3 groups, and now what we will do is we will go to the room in the back and we will try to choose. I must say this year it is harder than before. We had very good pitches and nice products. So see you in a bit.
biggest launch that Mass Challenge has ever had anywhere. Impact, highest potential, most creative people in the world, and helping them to succeed much faster than everybody else.
Well, it wasn't easy, and we couldn't reach a unanimous vote. Please join me. Kati, Johannes. So it was tough decision. We didn't reach a unanimous vote, but majority won, and our winner for this year is Glasschair. Thank you very much.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Yeah, let's have a picture. Enjoy.
Thank you very much.